All right, good night, everyone. It is Halloween, and we are just all here to shoot some shit. So we've got my co-host Black Angus here. We got the Lone Wolf Cub. We got Flipp Doubt and Princess Eruca. How's everybody doing tonight? Okay, starting with Angus. How's your night going?
Yeah, I was trying to be nice, but yeah, I am all right. I got actually, I just finished a full glass of root beer and Canadian rye, so I'm about to top it off again. And it's nice to finally be talking to the newest among us, in person.
Exactly. Did you take your kids trick or treating?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Yeah.
Flip, you go ahead.
Yep. Go ahead, Flipp.
I thought you were just talking to me because you knew I was out here doing it at the very moment.
Yep.
Currently.
Yeah. Do you have a lightsaber in your hand right now, or is that a glow stick?
This is cool. It's a glow in the dark. It's $4. It's one of those light sticks that you get, but it's lightsaber sized. It was $4 at Walmart. They ran out in like hours. I was lucky that I was there at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one that big. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty big. Yeah.
Sure. Nice.
Bend it and crack it, and you got a lightsaber for one night.
Hell yeah, dude. That's how to do it. And Eruca, how's your night going?
Pretty good.
Did you do anything fun tonight? Did you go trick-or-treating, get a costume? Did you go to a party, anything? Are you going? Are you okay?
I just said I'm eating.
Oh, okay. No, sorry. I didn't hear that part. I was like, okay. So, Cub, how's your night going?
Oh, it's wonderful. And I have the feeling I'm the only one with a Halloween sample.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do. Yep.
Yes, and that's a crazy coincidence because the Halloween thing is my regular sample.
Nice. Well, it's the one night of the year that it actually makes sense for a live stream.
Yeah, the first night it made sense.
Yep. And we got one person in the chat here. Hey, what's up? The Noise Tracker. What is up? I'm glad you picked our stream because there's like 50 other ones going on right now. So nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Hi, Noise Tracker. Nice you are here.
Exactly. All right. So, I mean, we could talk about Halloween stuff or whatnot elsewhere, but Cub, why don't you start off with your topic that you wanted to bring up?
Do you mean me or me?
Yeah, Cub, because you said you wanted to talk about that thing that you did for your video earlier.
Yes. I thought I'm making since weeks. I'm working on videos on Dario Argento. It's Italian director, and he is the father of Asia Argento. I heard she's in the news lately for some stuff. I don't know, but it's not about the girl, it's about the father.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I was going to actually check out your video on that earlier, but I have the tab open. I was trying to actually finish up my edit of Spartacus versus 300 Part 2, which I finally did, so that's good. But I'm going to watch yours pretty soon as well. It flipped out. You're saying something before we started about the music playing over dialogue, right?
That's right. Like I was saying, my son and I had a disagreement. He doesn't like music over dialogue in an editing, but I think it's a good idea. And then Black Angus said that, it depends on the edit, I suppose.
Yeah. Do you want to go a little further on that, Angus?
Yeah. A little comedy thing with Star Wars and like the music I found and the way it built up with the length of the video. It like worked perfectly with how it transitioned into like a different song in the song. And then Flipped Out, he did You, Me, and Jeff. And I noticed it was Dark Knight because I kept noticing the cadence, but it was subtle when he was talking, but then you notice when he's not talking. So it helps fill in the blank spots. It helps kind of cover your edit if you don't have time to really slice down the audio of your voice recording.
So there's no dead space and stuff in between?
Yeah, so it's a good cover up, I would say, as long as you have a fluid cadence with what you're saying. But if you want to take like a pause in between cuts, it can be sort of an excuse to like, oh, here's more pictures or something, or a longer duration to look at something, as opposed to feeling you have to just throw it all out there at once. So it's a, I don't know, so you got to just feel your way through it. But it can work. It can be disastrous. It can be distracting. So it just depends on the edit.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that. What do you think, Eruca? You haven't had to edit anything yet, have you? So you're not sure what we're talking about, right?
She's probably still
No,
eating.
she's eating, so that's all right. We'll go. Just jump in whenever you're ready, or whenever you're done eating. So that's all right. So yeah, with me, I think that the music playing over an edit kind of depend, or playing over dialogue. Oh, you ready? Well, I hope we're not having an audio issue again. Are you trying to talk still, or you're still eating?
I'm trying to talk.
Oh, we need music.
Okay. All right.
For these scenes.
Let's all be quiet for a sec. Let's let her do it. All right. Go ahead, Eruca. Floor is yours.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
And if you're still,
I don't have a.
okay, there you are. You're good. You're good. Go. Okay, it's kind of breaking in and out. We heard you. We're hearing you for a second, and it keeps on breaking out. It keeps on going in and out.
It must be my internet.
It could be, because we just heard you say it must be your internet. But if you're saying words before that, we didn't hear any of them. All right. Okay.
I do feel like if it's going to be an edit that requires it, I guess what I'm saying is I don't look at it like an edit cover up. I look at it more like enriching, like putting icing on the cake. Maybe it has its own personality. But you're right. I mean, there are places where you don't want it because, say, it could mess up a joke, or it just has to be the right spot. I do agree with that.
Yeah, but for me, I mean, it needs to just depends on what you're trying to say, I suppose, where music can help elevate your point. But if you're giving a lot of information, I think that sometimes having no music in the background is good, because then it's a little distracting when you're editing a video sometimes.
Sure. You definitely don't want to be telling the joke of all time and this weird music in the background is all people are hearing.
Yeah, well, it's like when you're delivering information and you're just hearing like a in the background or something, it's a little like takes away from what they're saying. Is how I see that.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Yep.
Yep. Eruca, try to talk again.
Da 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 da.
All right, we can hear your sing. We can hear your singing right now.
She can be the music in the background.
Yes.
Yeah, that's our background music. It's a good idea.
I think so too. All right, so Eruca, if you're still able to, come through with the speaking, like, come on. Unless it's cutting out now. Oh my gosh, this is just unlucky. I feel so bad.
All right, I'll fill in. Go ahead.
It was like robotic for a sec and cut out again.
And why must you hate me?
Or did you say, why must you hate me? But that was it. And then if you're, yeah. All right, Eruca, in 3. Start talking, just say whatever in 3, 2, 1.
Da 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 da.
Yes, our favorite song. Yes.
Yes, that's our background music.
All right.
Okay, so guys, what were your favorite topics on the internet today? Everyone seemed to.
So I just have to continue talking.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you can just say whatever. Just chime in whenever you can, Eruca. We'll let you know if we can hear you or not. But yeah, we'll just try to keep it going, and you just chime in where you can, and we'll all take our turns. Definitely. All right. So Eruca, we'll start with you. What was your favorite topics on the internet that was going on today? That's what Flipp Doubt was just saying.
What were the topics?
I don't know. He's just saying it's stuff going on. He said there's a lot of things going on. What are you talking about, Flipped Out? I don't know.
Well, I mean, on YouTube there was a lot of Halloween stuff. Obviously, there's tons of streaming, like you said earlier. But there was a lot of talk of Keller Marie Tran and bots and stuff. I thought that I would probably be the only one putting something out like that, but I found a lot of people doing that. And I was just wondering if you guys had a lot of topics you kept seeing in repeat today.
No, not really. But so Eruca, are you a Russian bot?
No, I'm in a.
That makes sense.
All right, Cub. What about you? Did you hear about some of this stuff?
No, not really, because I still don't watch TV or hear radio or read newspapers or something like normal people do. So I don't get any topics.
Are you in a Russian fallout shelter, Cub?
I don't know. I didn't never leave my home, so I don't know. Maybe I am.
I don't know. You're the closest one to it, so you're the closest suspect.
But if there's somebody has to guard me or something like that, I think he left a long time ago.
Okay, he got bored. Okay, this guy doesn't leave his room.
It's like this Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh yes, oh yes.
In 20 years, I don't think he comes out.
Okay, all right. Well, so just for the sake of Halloween, what are your guys' favorite Halloween movies? Starting with Eruca.
And don't say hello.
Go ahead, Eruca.
What?
We hear static. A little bit. All right. While that gets figured out, why don't you go, Flipped Out?
Okay. Well, I was going to say It Follows, but we covered that recently. I was going to actually do a video on that too, but I also decided on something else. Have you guys ever seen a Britney Snow movie called Would You Rather?
No.
Oh, then I would implore you to see that immediately. You of all people, you don't like the basic horror movie. I know that.
Yes,
but,
indeed.
Yeah, but it's a good one. What happens is this woman, well, she and her brother, her brother's younger. They lost their parents in a plane accident or something, and she knows that her brother has cancer, and she's working 2 jobs, and she's looking to get a third one. And she's in this office one day, and basically this guy comes out of nowhere and offers her to come to a dinner party where she can make enough money that she would never have to work again in her life. Has anyone seen this, or am I just the only one?
I don't know. Cub's seen a lot of things.
No, this one I didn't see.
Okay, so when she gets to the dinner party, there's all these strangers, and this rich guy's hosting it, the one that told her about it. And they have dinner, and they're, disagreeing. They're all from different walks of life. There's a gay guy, an old guy who's got a drinking problem. There's just a whole bunch of people. And so what happens is they start the game, which is Would You Rather? And it's would you rather poke your eye out with this razor blade, or would you rather hit this person with a steel baseball bat until they bleed? And they can't leave either, because they've got a guy with a gun there, and one guy tries to leave and he just instantly shoots him. Anyway, they have to keep going until all the contestants are dead. One lady has to put her head in a bucket, a giant bucket full of water for over a minute, and hold her breath. If she makes it out and lives, then, but she doesn't.
Oh, this came out recently, didn't it?
2012.
Oh, never mind.
Very.
It's pretty good. It really is. For horror movies go, as they go.
Okay, like a little game of some kind, and it goes a little more deadly than they thought. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. It does remind you of like Clue or something, but it's actually.
Yep. Eruca, are you back with us? All right, Cub, go ahead.
My favorite Halloween movie, I think, is Coraline.
Coraline, yeah.
Coraline, yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. You're talking about the animated one, right?
Yes, and it's from the same one who made Nightmare Before Christmas. It's the same director. Because many people think Nightmare Before Christmas is from Tim Burton, but it isn't. It's from
Isn't he
Henry.
like the producer?
Yes, he was just a producer, and he had the idea, but the movie was made 2 years from another guy, and Tim Burton was just 4 times on the set. Just 4 days.
Oh, geez,
Because
wow.
it's animated stuff.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Tim Burton fan, but I do like. When I was younger, I loved his style. Nowadays, I can't really sit down and watch a full one of his movies, but I do appreciate his unique style to it for sure. I just sent Eruca a message to figure out the thing, so see if her audio is coming in or not. We know where you are, Flipp Doubt.
Sorry.
We're gonna get you.
I hope Brimfus doesn't listen to this. She'll dox you.
Wait, did she dox somebody?
Someone in his work called by SJWs.
Oh, dang. All right, yeah. Eruca just left for a sec. I'm trying to email her to figure out what's going on with the audio stuff. But yeah, let's just keep it going on here for sure. Did we get everybody's favorite Halloween movie?
Oh no, we lost our diversity.
I was going to respond to Cubs with Coraline. Coraline takes me away. Like I didn't grow up with Nightmare Before Christmas. It's more of a family, and I collect. But yeah, I do love during Christmas, Halloween, watching Nightmare Before Christmas. But Coraline is, I think, way better. I think it's super underrated. I read the book for kids, but it's so creepy. I think it's like the perfect use of like the hot topic Tim Burton. It's kind of a high standard for horror, so I don't succumb to like cheap.
That's so
like,
cool.
The most as far as criticism.
You are the first guy I met who read the book from Neil Saunders is the name. I made a review.
I always try to read them.
Yeah, so cool. I never met somebody who read the book. I talk about the book. I review.
Yeah, I don't.
Here, Eruca's back real quick.
Difference, but.
Yep. Are you there, Eruca? Connection better? All right, sorry, Angus, continue.
Yeah, because I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to horror. Like I don't like to fall for like the cheap stuff where like the movie series Hatchet is fun, but it gets a pass because it's like everyone's like, oh, it's like Friday the 13th, so criticism as a one-off movie that isn't similar to something. But I do like my favorite is still The Witch. I like The Thing. I like that Vince said The Thing by John Carpenter, but I don't see that like Alien or horror, so I don't like watch it on Halloween. If I had to pick, aside from the new Halloween, just because it got a lot of stuff right, Creepers. I love the whole premise of the first movie. It's not a lot of. It's very vague. It's very simple. It's a lot like Halloween and stuff. His mystique. But it's well contained. The pace flows well. There's a lot of mystery to the creature. You don't get a lot of a fun time, and it's not like a lot of loose ends where it's like The Last Jedi, I guess. Great reference for improperly made movies.
Yeah, I think The Last Jedi is the worst horror movie ever, but with Jeepers Creepers is pretty good. Out of all the horror ones, I mean, I still think that he's not a great example, but I do think that he has potential to be one. That's good if they just switch to his origin a little bit, maybe. Like, have him be somewhat actually killable instead of just needing to, buy time. But I don't know. Do you guys see the newest Jeepers
I like
Creepers?
that he has like a limited. No, I was going to say that I watched reviews and I watched one video that was like talking about like and how it defined Jeepers Creepers. And I'm like, oh man, like the truck just automatically works and stuff. I'm like, no. It was better when you thought he was in the truck, you know. And
Right, and like controlling
I
it,
don't
like
know.
it made me think of the Inspector Gadget mobile or something. When it's with this truck in the
Yeah,
newer
that's a
one.
good one.
That'd be a good movie. Have Inspector Gadget but horror, you know.
That'd be like Terminator essentially.
A killer with like all these gadgets. That'd be great.
Indeed. All right. Yeah, you guys talk for a second. I'm talking to Eruca off the side, so just keep it going.
So what kind of gadgets would they have?
I was going to make a go, but I don't really know Inspector Gadget well enough to really do that. So.
Oh, he had skates popping out of his feet. Maybe skates with.
I'm sorry.
Maybe he could have skates popping out of his feet with missile launchers, and you could, blow people up and make it on camera.
I mean, he'd be like a RoboCop or something, but way better because his body's so adaptable.
Yeah, he's like a detective, and like what was that guy on the serial killer who hunted serial killers, Dexter?
Yeah, that was him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'd be a detective who lost his way and went to the dark side, so to speak, and became a serial killer himself. And he had like a 007 type guy, like Q. He had a Q guy in forensics, creating these awesome little gadgets to murder people in special ways.
Yep.
I was just thinking a good crossover would be Batman versus Inspector Gadget.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah, he could use his grappling hook to go through someone's skull and yank their head off.
It'd be even better if they still had Matthew Broderick play as Inspector Gadget as the horror one.
Oh,
his corniness with it would go perfect.
Heck yeah, that'd be great. And they'd have to fit in a Bueller joke too.
Hey, why don't you take the day off? I'm gonna shove this coal up your ass like a diamond or whatever the hell that joke was with it.
Inspector.
Hey, I see.
Inspector.
Hello?
We hear you.
Yay!
All right, sounds good this time. Perfect. Get out some stuff you're gonna say. What was that? What's your favorite horror?
Okay, actually, it's Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Doctor of Calahui?
Yeah.
The Cabinet of Dr.
Caligari.
Caligari.
That's a German movie.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, it's from who was the name? It's Murnau, I think, no, or something like that. The name of the director.
I don't know. Is that right, Eruca?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't seen it in a while, but all I remember is being so freaked out by it, and it has reached the top of my favorite horror movies that it has not been taken down yet.
Oh, wow. And what other one? Have you seen any of the recent ones, or were you ever afraid of like the old classic horrors, the Nightmare on Elm Street, the Jason?
I love the old black and white horror movies.
Oh, the black and white ones. Oh, yeah, they had those too back then, huh?
Yeah, and let's not forget the ones with Vincent Price in them.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Then there they commented on. Oh, they were amazing.
Did you see, Princess, did you see Vincent Price in Fright Night, 1984 or 5 version? Awesome.
Yes, I have.
That was a good one.
That's not Vincent Price. That's not Vincent Price. It's Peter Vincent. It's the actor. It's the name of the character.
Oh yeah, the character, right? Yeah, he wanted him to help him hunt vampires, right?
Yes, and the name from the character is they made it as a reference for Peter Cushing and Vincent Price. That's why the name is Peter Vincent.
Yeah, so Peter Winston was the name of the actor or the character?
The character.
Yeah, yeah.
The actor was
Vincent-
McDowell. What's the name? Something like that.
Okay, okay.
Rory McDowell.
Down Netflix? No, probably not. I'm gonna address the chat real quick. So the Ancient One says, imagine of what would happen in a horror version of Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers. Would you all go see it?
Yes.
No, not unless there's maybe another monster in the mix. Like have an entire monster battle royale.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. They have Jason and Michael. They have to team up to defeat the evil octopus or something.
I was thinking more like the classic monsters versus the new ones.
Oh, that'd be. I'm surprised they haven't done something like that yet. That sounds like a pretty good idea.
Gilman,
Like the werewolf and the mummy.
Yes, and
You went a little robotic there for a sec. Keep talking, Eruca. I think you just for a sec you went robotic. Uh-oh. Not again.
Michael Myers, Slender Man, or whatever. Just have battle royale.
Yeah, that would be an awesome movie. I'm surprised they haven't made that into a movie or a video game. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, and I mean, old versus new, and people in the movie or it's just a town that's being terrorized by monsters in a fight, and they have to figure out ways to beat the boat. So it's like 3 ways. You got the original monsters, you got the new ones, and you got the townsfolk in the middle.
That'd be a good TV show too. Maybe have the horror ones start coming in one by one. And the town keeps on trying to figure out a way out, but they're on an island or something. Yeah, they're screwed. That'd be fun.
Guys, that reminds me of Anakin. Did you guys see that thing on Star Wars Theory about Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting in Revenge of the Sith, where they fall down into this on Mustafar? They fall down into like a cavern and have to fight this giant monster.
Yeah, I heard of that, but that just sounds kind of pointless to the point. Because what happens after? It's like, okay, cool, and then they grabbed a beer and then they continued fighting, and it doesn't.
Oh yeah, I thought so too.
They have to like they take over the high ground against the monster, and then they resume fighting, and then it's like, all right, who has the high ground?
Yeah.
We got a correction from the chat. There are some real movie experts there, and the noise tracker said the director of Caligari is Robert Wine.
Okay, thanks for that correction, man.
I have the high ground.
She won't accept
I was gonna
Go ahead.
I was gonna respond to that the Ancient One. I didn't grow up with horror or whatever, so when I saw Freddy vs. Jason, it was like a PG-13 edit on like Spike or whatever when it was on like regular TV.
Oh yeah.
But I did watch it more recently, a couple years ago, uncensored, and it's like, it's not bad, but it takes a while to ever get them fighting. Like that's the whole point, is to watch them, try to hack each other to death. The problem with Michael versus, even though they're very similar, they're quiet and they just slash people or whatever. Jason, just like Freddy, he has a purpose to why he kills people. Michael, at least initially, before they started doing 4 through like 8 or whatever stuff, Michael works best, and his whole point is to just be a kind of embodiment of evil. He just is a killing machine. And so, like, Jason has a satisfaction limit or something. He has a purpose. Michael just does what. So it'd be cool, but it'd be like a Yoda movie where it's like, you think you want to see Yoda's origin, but you have to realize you're going to watch Yoda talk for 2 hours. So it's like, I can't do that. With Michael and Jason, they don't
Trouble
talk.
with girlfriend, I have.
Yeah, so like with Jason and Michael, you'd have to just hear them, not hear them for 2 hours. And,
you can hear them breathe.
You hear them breathe. You might see killing people, whatever, and trying to kill each other. But like, I agree, it's like the bricks hitting each other in the chat. I like the idea. It sounds cool because they're so could top each other, but he's on his own. He doesn't even need to compete with anyone.
Nope.
Chucky versus Freddy, that would be fun.
Yeah, I heard the bullshitters talk about that a little bit ago.
Really?
That'd just be a banter thing, honestly.
They're turning Chucky into the next Terminator.
What?
Like, there's no food or stuff in the new movie or whatever, and it's just, come on! His main shtick was a guy in a doll, trapped as a doll.
Yeah, it would be funny if they did one where they have Chucky and the bride or whatever unleash like a doll and G.I. Joe army or something, kind of like Small Soldiers.
Oh god,
exactly, but with an actual horror theme to it. It's not a comedy. That'd be pretty freaky.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I'm really not a fan of this mash-up movies. When normally they make them before they go to retirement, like Expendables or something like that. When they can't make any movies for themselves, they say, okay, let's make one last movie with our biggest stars. And then it comes something like mash up Freddy versus Jason or something like that.
Yeah, I hear you on that. But I mean, these days, since they've made so many movies of most of these characters, I mean, why not just make one for fun, throw in one or two where they all interact and fight each other? That's how I see it. I mean, what do they got to lose? They're just going to make another sequel or another remake. So might as well just have one.
Something like Expendables. That's crap.
Have a Super Bowl of killers.
Yeah, then we did something like Simpsons.
And when you said Super Bowl of killers, I'm thinking of everybody dressed as slashers playing football.
Oh.
Still, I would, if I knew how to contact producers and actually write scripts, I would love to make that battle royale with all the monsters.
See, that would be another idea for you to start writing, so you can present that to somebody one day when you meet them. You go, hey, look, I have this whole idea. But then you have your other projects. So
right now, speaking of projects, I have done a complete overhaul of my story Chasm Chronicles because it seems too much like an anime manga that I have read. So and have watched. So I'm trying to figure out how to make it better.
Oh no! Oh no!
So I've ended up getting the ideas of there's these 4 relics and a sword, and all of them together form a dragon's crest. Still trying to figure out what it does.
Don't make it bring people back to life. That was a Dragon Ball thing that got really old really fast.
No, if any character is going to be brought back to life, it's going to be at a price. A huge fucking price.
$20.
Eruca. Eruca, you're talking about like a price stuff. You made me think of like 2 things that are kind of intertwined. Wicca and the comic series by Image, Witches. I don't know if you've read that or if you know anything about Wicca, but like the idea essentially.
My mom is a Wiccan, so I know a little bit about it.
Okay, yeah. So you get the idea of like like the idea of like a spell or something. It comes at a price. That could be definitely add that kind of element as opposed to like Dragon Ball Z. I guess I don't know it, but
the original the Dragon Crest originally is not bringing anyone back to life.
I was just say if you added that element, make it costly.
Yeah.
And my main character is now crippled in his right arm.
Okay, that's always fun.
He had his arm shattered at 12 from shoulder to wrist. and a troll had made him a brace that doubles as a shield.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Only problem is he originally wasn't supposed to be a cripple. Yeah, so when you meet him, he's still trying to figure out how to work stuff out.
Okay, okay.
Hey, Princess, do you have a MacGuffin?
The MacGuffin is pretty much the crests are, well, the relics are supposed to form a dragon crest, which is powerful. Again, need to figure out how. This is a fantasy world, a magical world.
I mean, it could make you fly at best, simple, or teleport or something.
Yeah.
They could still just be grounded, but you can just teleport during the battle or something, like behind them or around them. And whoever they fight has to be pretty skilled or quick senses or something. So it's an upgrade, but it's not too big of a huge advantage.
And the shield crest is actually on the main character. He does not know it, nor does the rest of his group. So they're trying to find all these relics before the evil king, and oh yeah, you got one on your arm. The very thing that you think is worthless.
Interesting idea. I like it.
And still, it's a work in progress.
Well, that's good. You'll come up with something while you go. And you can converse with us and stuff sometimes, too, if you need ideas.
Thank you.
Good to bounce ideas off of other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
I was going to say the cripple, I don't know how you want to develop it, but to kind of... Not something to copy. I don't want you to limit yourself in that or think I'm trying to, but something that comes cripple arm and stuff for your character in the shield. One is from 300, the cripple Quasimodo guy. I can't remember his name. Who was deformed, should have been killed. Yeah, FELTs. And Grendel from the Beowulf movie by Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah, but he's not. It's only his arm that's crippled. It's not his. No,
I was using that for how you're explaining it. It just brings up maybe you can progress their character in some way like that, where the crippling is part of them. I don't know, just what popped in my head.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm still working on it. So I have several notes, just trying to figure out the world first and what the relics are. Then I'll work on the characters.
No, I feel you. We those who write know what you're talking about, know what you're going through. This will probably be a long while before it's all the way done, but you'll get all the pieces there at some point.
Yeah, this might actually be my only book I ever publish and make.
Hey, well, that's why you got to go full steam ahead.
Because I'm 25 now. I've been working on it since my sophomore year in high school.
Oh, dang.
So
hey, you'll be getting there. The older you get, I think it becomes easier.
Tolkien's Lord of the Rings by the time it's done.
Hey, well, in the future, we'll need something original like what you're doing. So keep it up. All right.
Sorry for taking all of that.
That's okay. We got that going, and you told us about it. That's cool. We'll want to hear more about that later at some point, going on, and maybe another stream for sure. All right. Down here, Vincent Veritas was saying Frankenstein's monster versus Jason. What do you think about that, Cub?
Nice.
Oh, yeah. That's great. I think that's the movie that comes out when I say I'm finished with movies.
Okay. How would you do a horror movie, Cub? I'm curious about that, since you don't like what they're doing with these ones too, and you don't want them to mash up. How would you do a modern horror?
I'm not a fan of these normal horror movies. I'm more a fan of the psychological horror. I think the best horror movie is the one with the least monster effects or something like that.
So it's more practical. So it's more practical.
Yes, practical, or even those just a little bit. I think the horror has to come from something else than a monster that you see.
I agree with you on that. It's all about the feeling of it, the anticipation or the imagination.
If you see a great monster movie or horror movie, you see that the best ones are those who don't show the monster, like in Jaws.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Duel. It's a better movie from Spielberg. His first movie was with his truck driver.
Was it Jeff the Iron Wolf? I'm just kidding.
Yes, I think it was Jeff, because you can't see him.
Yeah, that was just a joke. If anybody doesn't know, Jeff the Iron Wolf's still one of our Cinema Squad buddies, and he's a truck driver. So that was an inside joke.
Yes, and it's really scary because the whole movie you don't see the driver. Even you just see sometimes his arms or something like that. But it's really realistic, made realistically, and that's for me real horror.
So you must have loved the It movie from last year, where they show him every other scene.
It was one of the worst movies I ever saw. This It shit.
It shit.
Yeah, I don't like Stephen King movies that much either. Although my favorite Stephen King horror movie has to be maybe Pet Sematary or Pet Sematary.
Isn't that the one where all the cats like piss on all the clothes and try to get them to leave or something?
Yeah.
I don't think. Yes. You okay over there?
No, it's just the way you summed it up. It's like, Jesus Christ, cat piss.
That's the only part I remember. I don't remember anything else in that movie.
I remember reading Pet Sematary and actually liking it more than the other books. However, I did like The Stand.
Yeah,
but Anakin doesn't like sand.
No, I said The Stand.
Okay. Flipped out. You've been kind of quiet over there for a little bit. What do you think? What are you doing? Are you trick-or-treating right now with your kids or something? What are you doing?
I'm sitting here. I'm listening. I'm enjoying this nice, fresh Red Bull right here.
Okay.
Listening to you guys talk about. I was thinking about how you were talking about the two monsters fighting, specifically Frankenstein and Jason, and they'd have to have an awful lot of soundtrack filler in that.
See, I would think you'd have commentary from people watching or something. You have the people watching, they're like, oh, hey, look, what's he going to do? Oh, no, how can he kill him? Oh, no, and that guy, oh, does he got a cyber thing? Oh, I don't know.
And if it's a Jason movie, you've got to have boobs.
Of course. Well, he has to be trying to kill some people about to do it, and then Frankenstein goes, no, that's bad, and then they fight or something.
No, that's no problem. Frankenstein brings his bride with him.
Oh, he has his bride with him? Okay.
So we have the boobs.
No, Frankenstein. So no, the competition would be in the killing of the kids doing it at the park, and Jason would be trying to stab them, and Frankenstein would be trying to throw them in the water like the flowers.
There's an interesting fact about Frankenstein. It's the second Frankenstein is more a book adaptation than the first one. The first one isn't really a book adaptation. It's the second one, Bride of Frankenstein, which is more like the book.
Have any of us read the book?
Yes. I just raised my hand.
You raising your hand? We see you there. Yes.
Yes, I have read the actual book. Same with Jekyll and Hyde. I have read the original stories of the monsters.
Nice. Yeah, I never really grabbed those on the library shelves, but yeah, I don't know.
You're talking to a girl who has tried to read everything under the sun.
Okay, well, I believe you there then, especially.
And except for
Hey, Rookie.
Yeah.
Oh no, let Eruca go if she has something more.
except for say there are some books I haven't read because they're just so bad.
Have you read Green Eggs and Ham? No.
I think any child would have read that. I'm talking about 50 Shades of Grey, Twilight, Hunger Games, Divergent.
Whoa.
50
First two
Shades of
Hunger
Green,
Games are
Eggs and Ham.
pretty good.
I have never read that book. I do not want to read 50 Shades of Grey, but I have read Divergent. I have read Hunger Games. I have read Twilight, even though I hate those puppets because I wanted to be part of my peers.
So are you Team Jacob or Team Edward?
I am team no one. I am
That's
team kill them both.
That's okay. Angus is team. He's Team Jacob.
Yeah, I'm Team Jacob. If I have to pick, I gotta go with the Indians, the werewolves, the guy you can relate to.
I am team just kill them.
I could see Cub being Edward.
Oh no!
I'm damn
No
sure going with
way.
some glittery vampire.
What about you, Flipp? What team are you?
Not this Edward shit.
Not this Edward shit. Well, there's other sparkly vampires you can choose, I guess, but I don't know which ones. Both. What are you gonna ask me, Angus?
You're asking about like ideas for horror, or whatever. I actually have one from deployment that I guess is, but I've never really tried to adapt it or write it down really. So where I was deployed, it's called Bellum, like a province or whatever county within the state I was in Afghanistan in the south, and our base Canadian, and what it was area, a Kalat, so they call it, was converted and everything around it, and they made sure, fortifications, walls, whatever, and we lived with Afghans, Afghan army, Afghan special forces, Afghan like civilians and mine reduction people that we would issue guns out to for missions. And I was always irritated. The closest I've ever seen, in my knowledge, to a movie that's horror, it's set with like the military, is Hills Have Eyes 2. And it's not really about like the army, it's just the setting is like they're at a training site. And I've always loved psychological horror, like the newer stuff at least, like Insidious and Sinister. Those really creep me out more than like slashers and stuff.
You are one of my favorite people now.
And so, well, thank you. Well, when I was in on guard at night, I turned on my night vision goggles, to like scan the area at night, see if I could, see anyone trying to creep up on the base. And we had some cats, and a fucking cat creeped up on me and freaked me out. Stuff, but I didn't expect them, and I'm like in the fucking pitch black with night vision goggles, and then my tower looking over the wall, and I'm like, fuck. And then I look over too, and there's a part of the wall that's like broken, and if you just glance at it at night, it looks like a silhouette of a woman, like like a Mary statue cut out or something. And it's like, oh fuck. And so this kind of gave me the idea. Okay, so in Bellumbi, before probably 2 or 3 years before my unit went there, this guy went off the base. I'm not sure how they figured out he did it. If he like told friends about he's going to kill Afghans or whatever, and they thought it was a joke, and then he did it. Went to 2 villages north and south of the base. He killed civilians at night, bodies with their kerosene lamps. He finally got caught and guilty to get a life sentence at Leavenworth. It'd be cool to take psychological horror with like the elements I described of like seeing a silhouette in the wall, having a cat freak you out and stuff, taking that sinister approach or that insidious approach and applying it to his story and kind of actually justifying like some sort of possession or spirit manipulation to his storyline that actually happened in real life.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Did you guys hear about the Afghani monster or the giant that some deployment of troops came across?
Oh no.
Yeah, there's some redheaded giant. I watch too much Secure Team 10, but yeah, they came across. This is also like, it's been validated that they came across like this giant guy who had orange hair. He was probably, I don't know, like 16 feet tall, something like that.
The Orange Man monster?
Oh, he had an Orange Man. Yeah. Orange Man bad.
Yes. See,
No,
my idea would be for a horror film to have a bunch of people that, you know, are all just minding their own business, and then they get kidnapped and are forced to watch The Last Jedi over and over. That'd be pretty bad.
Definitely.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
And if we have to watch it too, watching them watch it, oh my God, the worst.
Like,
Even we can have Ryan Johnson in the room talking, going, "Isn't this great?" And Kathleen Kennedy saying, "Aren't we strong?" and stuff while it's playing. Oh my God, that'd be horror.
Horror.
Is there an audio commentary from Ryan Johnson on The Last Jedi Blu-ray or DVD? I don't know. Where he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry," or "I'm so sorry" the whole time.
I don't know. I haven't seen the commentary. I haven't bought the disc. I don't plan to.
Yeah, maybe on the track he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to do that."
No, I doubt it. He's not. He's too smug to say I'm sorry. Flipped out. What are you doing? Are you are you driving right now?
Yeah, I'm almost back to my apartment.
Okay,
get set
cool.
up and be a lot easier.
I was like, you fiddling with something? Because I'm just hearing noises and then different noises and then rustling a little bit. And then I'm like, okay.
Oh, my bad. Here, I'll set my phone down. Hold on.
No, that's all right. That's all good. I'm just curious.
Better?
Yeah, it's a lot better. Much better. And we've got Not Slowpoke Garcia in the chat as well just now. An ancient one is back commenting. He said that would be pretty crazy just to take notice of all those people being forced to watch The Last Jedi. And drawing for the fun of it's in here. And Not Slowpoke Garcia says, if this is about The Last Jedi, I agree with that one dude. Also, hi, Eruca.
Yep, most of these people, Vincent, Slowpoke, and Ancient One, apparently media shilling works.
Oh, heck yes. Nice. I'm glad you're getting some following. Heck yes.
Yeah, I think since ground zero of that movie, Ghostbusters 2016, we thought it is the worst movie ever made, and then every year comes one or two movies that are even worse. Since then.
Yeah, I know. In 10 years, Ghostbusters 2016 will be looked at as a gold standard at some point.
No.
with
I
as
hope
bad as they're coming.
I hope not, guys. Oh, my God.
I just made everybody cry. I'm sorry. Pull the sheets over your heads. If that's it. Oh, no. I'm betting there's going to be worse, though. I bet.
That's the only movie where you've got the guy who plays Thor acting like a little sissy bitch. Come on.
You reminded me of the Revenant when he said that.
I just like how casually you said that. I feel like you've been holding that one in for a while.
Yes, thank you. I actually have, yeah.
But see, now because you just said that, they're going to take all the Avengers or all the strong guys and make them in some, as pussy sidekicks in some other movie or something, and they're all going to be, "Oh, Dark, what are we doing?" Nope. Just.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know what?
And then take The Rock and you take everyone and make them little bitches.
Just for that rookie, they're going to do that to Spider-Man with Riri Williams.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no. You hear that, Cub?
Oh yeah.
Don't you just love that?
I grabbed my second beer.
You have your second one. You're not on your fifth yet? Okay, just kidding. Catch up. Just kidding. Nice.
I have a question for the people here. Which is the worst horror movie you ever saw?
You say for me?
So for everyone in the chat, for everyone here.
Everyone. All right. Well, Eruca, you go first since you seem ready to answer.
Well, I wasn't ready to answer. I was thinking out loud.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, all right, you go.
Okay, so John Boyega, the cool black stormtrooper turned janitor.
He's black.
I hate this guy.
His first movie. Okay, when I worked at a movie store, I heard someone say, "Oh, you watch Attack on the Block? It's a pretty good movie." Well, I found it at the library today, and I watched it. Oh my god, it's got a cool premise. You know, these aliens crash, and it turns out the one they kill to start with. Spoilers for everyone. It was the female. And so everything that crashes is the males trying to find the female, and Boyega's character has the pheromones in the blood all over him, so that's why they're chasing this group, is because they smell the female on him. And they tied it in with like moths and other like bugs do this with pheromones, and it's like, okay, that's kind of interesting. But it's like, wait, why is the female, if there's all these males chasing her through space on solar winds, why is the female the size of like a nightstand or smaller, and then the other ones are like the size of gorillas, and they're all males? It's like the proportions don't make sense if it's one female to a bunch of males. You know, you think of sperm, think of egg, and it's like the ratio doesn't add up for what they're showing me. But what sucked about it was it starts out and Boyega is like this freaking he looks like Antifa, where he's wearing a bandana over his face and a hat and a hoodie. And he's with like 4 other dudes in his little gang, and they're mugging a little white chick who's a nurse who has no money. She has to give up probably like an engagement ring. And the whole story ends up tying back to that girl, where it's like she finds them, they arrest her, but then the things start attacking. And it's like, it was just a series of events. There was no story to it, really. And it's like there was nothing redeeming about these people. If anything, I was supposed to root for the nurse, you know. They're never apologetic about robbing her or anything when they have to like join forces. And it was so fucking awful. I looked up on Wikipedia before we started. It cost like £8 million, and it only made $4 million in the box office. So it's like, oh, good. At least it didn't make money.
Nice. That one was pretty good. All right, Flipped Out. You got one?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm literally about to get out of my car.
Okay, we'll get back to you in a minute then.
Cool.
Eruca, you go.
I'm still trying to find a worst horror movie that I've seen. There's so many.
The noise tracker in the chat says we should limit it to it's so bad it's bad movies, meaning not good at all. I don't know either. I don't think I've seen enough to really be able to judge that, but there was a long time ago I was watching a lot of horror films on Netflix, and a lot of those were really bad. If you guys saw my Why I Don't Like Horror Films one, I list a couple of them, but that was just a few. There's more that were worse. Let's see. There's some turkey one where like there's a turkey trying to kill people. That was pretty dumb.
Oh, thanks to killing.
Yeah, something like that. That one was pretty darn lame. The Human Centipede. I mean, it's horrific on that'd be creepy if that happened, but it was so dumb that I don't really.
Never watching it.
Yeah, I watched up until it happened and just slightly after, and I'm like, I don't need to see the rest. This is dumb. I'm like, this is all I need. I don't need to see them die and do the crap. I get it. One of the Friday
poopy mouth.
Yeah, exactly. one of the Friday the 13th remakes I think was pretty bad. The one that came out like 5 or 6, 7 years ago. That one was pretty dumb.
That is pretty bad.
It was just like, okay, is this going to be any different? Nope, it's pretty much the same as those ones, and that was all. I was like, well, okay, cool, boring. So I don't. There's so many to pick from, man. That's hard to choose. Blood Rain 3 was really bad also, where there's like Nazis and a vampire, and it's her third movie, but it's played by a different actress again, and not consistent.
Yeah, that is Uwe Boll. He doesn't count.
What was that?
That is Uwe Boll. It's a German director. He doesn't count as director, so you can't take that.
Okay. Well, I'll keep thinking if somebody else wants to go.
I'm going to say thanks killing, because if I say Killer Clowns from Outer Space, that's actually one of my favorite B horror movies, so I can't really say that.
Right. Good point. I still recommend everybody see.
Bad. It's not as bad as Things Killing.
Right. It's pretty hard to be worse than that. It's pretty hard to be worse than Things Killing. Here, I'm gonna address the chat real quick.
I'm throwing Halloween 8 in the ring.
Yeah, I have no idea which one that is.
It's the one with
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, without real actors. It's the one with the rapper.
And it wasn't Ice Cube. Wow, what a missed opportunity. Here, I'm gonna address the chat real quick though. So we got drawing for the fun of it in here, and he says, "Okay, stupid joke for the night. It must be raining," said the blind man peeing in the wind.
Or yeah, because of no trick or treat.
What was that?
Let's just say there were no trick or treaters, and my sister gave me Halloween candy.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. That's awesome.
What's your favorite Halloween candy, Eruca?
Before my allergy to peanuts and all nuts, meaning I will die if I have nuts, I actually loved Reese's. I am still sad that there's no Reese's. Anyway, since then, I have actually grown to love candy corn.
Candy corn? Ugh, what?
I outgrew candy corn.
But in all seriousness, I love M&M's.
Right. I don't think anybody hates M&M's.
You're redeemed.
I'm a Nestle Cruncher and Kit Kat bar.
Oh, so you like the wafer and the crisp? Okay.
Yep. And I don't like it being moist like you do. So.
I love the moist.
Here, I'm gonna address the chat real quick though, since we got some people coming in a little bit. So so I'll just do the joke again that Drawing for the fun of it did. He said, "Okay, stupid joke for the night. It must be raining," said the blind man peeing in the wind. I like that. And he says, "I couldn't really answer this one. I don't know. I don't really watch that many horror films." Ancient One says, "I take it you mean the 2009 version of Friday the 13th? Yeah, if that's whichever one came out." And the Noise Tracker says, if cannibal exploits and torture porns do count, I'd choose one of these worst horror movies.
Okay, then I choose Hostel and Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever is awful.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I still haven't seen that either.
Yeah, I don't know that. I love the Saw series.
Do not see it, rookie. Do not see it. Do not see it.
Yes, ma'am. Message received. And then, what is it? Not Slowpoke Garcia says, Iwi Bull only does it for the money. He got pissed when Germany changed its laws about movie flops and killer clowns. Was fucking awesome.
Yes, he's totally right with that. We didn't mean Killer Clowns. We meant another movie, not Killer Clowns.
Hold on.
Yep. All right. And then, all right. Yeah, that's pretty much it from the chat. We got the Ancient One and them down here. Cookies with M&Ms and Garcia remembers Cabin Fever. All right. Yeah, I still think everybody should watch Blood Angels when you get the chance because that's such a stupidly good-ish movie. I don't know how to describe it because it's not a great film, but it's not a horrible film.
I feel like I've seen half of it already, having watched your video.
It was on Netflix. Well, yeah, that does show some of it, but it's like low budget, but it's, got hot chicks and they're not vampires, but they're sort of. And then like when the nerd girl gets bit, she literally transforms into a hot chick with quips. And the graphics aren't great, but the sound effects are on point. The fighting is bad, but it's covered with good editing. It's like almost wanted to be a Buffy universe, but they only made one film and that was it. And when you try to look, what was that?
Was that literally Lorenzo Lamas in that movie?
Yes.
Oh my God. I went to college with a guy that looked just like him. Very strange looking dude.
Yes, but in the movie, he loves his role. It's so corny, so dumb, but it's just, I don't know, really funny.
My parents used to watch a show called Falcon Crest with that guy in it.
Falcon Crisp?
Falcon Crest.
Oh, Falcon Crest. It's Falcon Crisp.
He rode a motorcycle.
Denver Clan back then.
What was that, Cub?
That was the poor man's Denver Clan back then. We had Dallas, Denver Clan, and Falcon Crest.
There you go. There you go.
Nice. A drawing for the fun of it says, the worst horror movie film I've ever seen was Bermuda Triangle from 1978. You guys seen that one?
No.
Nope.
Yeah,
And then there's who's got candy?
It's me. Sorry.
Okay, I can hear it. I'm like, who is that? Obi-Wan in the chat says, "Has anyone watched Castle Evans series 2 yet?"
Castlevania.
Castlevania. Okay.
I
No,
saw
I
the
have
first-
not.
Saw the first season.
Is that on like Netflix or something?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I might put it on the list to check out.
Yeah, I saw today a review of the second season.
Nice. That's old school. He says, Denver Clan, and Dynasty. What?
German stands for German.
Oh, okay.
In Germany, Denver Clan. In America, Dynasty.
Yeah, Dynasty was popular.
Yes, I said Dallas, Denver Clan, and Falcon Crest, and I meant Dynasty because in Germany it called Denver Clan.
Weird. Hey, in Germany, did you have Knots Landing?
What?
It was another show. It was a breakaway from Dynasty. It was called Knots Landing.
Maybe, but in Germany it's probably called something else, and I don't watch TV.
Oh, that's right.
You said knots
My bad.
landing. I'm picturing ropes tied in knots, like just dropping out of an airplane or something.
Yeah. See,
The German title maybe is something with Jägermeister also.
now you're talking. Yeah.
All right. Does anybody have favorite? Is there any protagonists in any horror films that anybody can remember? I was trying to think about that. The only one I can think of is like Sydney from Scream. Other than that, I don't know anyone else's name, and we follow them most of the movie.
Sydney from Scream. Laurie Strode from the Halloween series.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody else got any protagonists from horror films that you can remember that aren't the slasher?
Was there a Stephanie in one of the Friday 13th? I think the second
I have no idea.
You know, they all sort of blend together.
Yeah, they do. Let's have a final guy this time.
Oh yeah, the guys never live, huh?
In next horror movie, let's have a final guy.
Black guy. No.
We have that. It's called Evil Dead. In Evil Dead, the final girl is the guy.
Evil Dead. Oh, Ash, right? Okay. Oh, he's a survivor. Okay.
Yeah,
it's a protagonist.
It's just in the Evil Dead movies this way, because there was a movie before Evil Dead, Out in the Woods, and also with Bruce Campbell, and in this version, the girl is the final girl. They changed it for the real movie.
Okay. I'm surprised Angus doesn't have one. Can you think of any heroes or any protagonists?
I don't really care about horror, especially Evil Dead. Like you're talking about Evil Dead, I'm like, I watched 20 minutes, I checked out. I'm like, fuck this series. Fuck everyone who thinks it's great.
Yeah, I've seen some of the third one, The Army of Darkness, I think. It's just because it was on TV. It was the part where he like starts cloning himself on accident, and the little versions of himself are trying to attack him. And I was like, what the hell am I watching?
That's the worst.
That was the only one I've seen.
You see, back in
the second one, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn.
I liked all of those. I got high and watched them, and they were great.
Wait, nice nose hairs flipped out. Just kidding.
I trimmed them. Really?
Yeah. No, you good. You're good too. All right. I can't think of any of the horror stuff to talk about right now. You guys pick something.
I'm kind of played out because I already talked about Attack on the Block. So
just don't bring up teeth again, and you're fine.
It is a funny movie.
Scared away our last person when we start talking about.
Oh, did
internet buzzing out.
Did anybody see the new Halloween?
No.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I've heard of so it made me think of when I saw it in the trailer, having not seen it, and he's in jail. It made me think, why can't we see that movie where Michael's in jail? Because it's like, so does he have any friends? Does he take his clothes? I mean, do the cuffs really? Does he just do the line in the lunch line? Does he like, this would be kind of funny because he's an evil thing that's invincible, and he's like cuffed and guns are around him, and it's like, really? I don't know. It seems like it'd be a funny comedy.
It'd be the worst fucking movie ever.
They'd be like, hey, stop picking on me, guys. You know, just leave me alone. Something. I don't know. So no, but so anyone else see it? No.
Yeah,
No.
I saw it.
Yeah, what do you think? Because I haven't seen it.
It's awful.
I bet. I don't think anybody here. I don't think anybody here cares if you spoil it. But I'll just say the word spoilers so people don't cry.
There is nothing to spoil. There is nothing to spoil. It's so boring. You have to sit through this slug. It's and everybody is praising it. Real critics, even red letter media, said, "Oh, it's okay," but it isn't. It's boring as hell.
Yeah, I bet. See, I don't get why people like it in the first place. But you go ahead, Angus. I said, go ahead, bro.
Oh no, you cut out.
Okay.
No, it's fine. Like, I wanted to see people just be cannon fodder to Michael and see like creative ways, whatever. Like, I liked how they portrayed him. I didn't like the like hint of SJW crap or trying to tie it in with Brett Kavanaugh and all that. I mean, if anything, that tone or that subtext is already in all of these movies, so this one isn't special for that. I do like the angle though, with like this trauma can like make you crazy, and make you just as volatile as the predator. And they do that kind of inverse where she's the predator in the house and she has traps for Michael and stuff, and it's like, oh, that's cool. She's been prepping for this and everyone thinks she's crazy, and then it's like, oh,
Yeah,
I was right.
Wouldn't it be better if she turned into the actual villain? Like if Michael, like, I don't know, just she would become the new killer. Like everything she's done, she ends up starting to kill people and ends up liking it.
That's not a bad way to go, but that made me think when you said that she sets up traps, that makes me think the slashers need to go and try to get Macaulay Culkin or whatever from Home Alone and have him have the house all set up with traps to stop them.
I think this movie is the perfect example of the time we're living, this mediocrity. Even good critics gave this thing a pass because it wasn't so awful like the other ones. And that's for me no exception. It's still a boring movie and has no right to exist because he brings nothing to the table.
Like the bar is just so low nowadays that when we see something that's slightly above, it's like, oh, that's great, isn't it?
Yeah, if you see something that don't subvert your expectations, you say, oh, it's okay. It's not Last Jedi and it's no Ghostbusters 2016. Oh, I'm happy with that.
5 stars.
Yeah, it's really a joke. I tell you, in 5 years, when they look at this movie, they say, oh, they look at it in the same way like this H20. This other boring one. When they said, "Oh, it's a really good movie," but in fact, there's nothing. It's not a horror movie.
Okay. Shellback TLC says zombie strippers.
I need to see that one.
That's on my list also.
Do you think
that sounds
there was
funny?
a protagonist in that one?
If it was probably the hot chick trying to kill some things, or I have no idea. I don't even know what the premise would be, honestly. Just zombies walk into a strip club and try to kill them. I have no idea what it would be.
It's already a zombie strippers, before zombie strippers. It's called Return of the Living Dead.
Not familiar with that one.
I think they should do another.
On the cover, the stripping zombies are even on the cover of this movie from 1985 or 4.
What are you going to say, Flipped Out?
I was gonna say they should do another zombie movie like Dawn of the Dead. I liked the one they did with Ving Rhames in 2007, I think. I liked it.
Yeah, that's the Zack Snyder one.
Yeah, one of the good ones we can chalk Zack Snyder up for.
But The Walking Dead is trash. It's just I watched every episode up until the 5th season. I didn't even watch the last 2 seasons.
Okay.
Me the same. I finished with the 5th season. I said no more Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Wait, they're still showing The Walking Dead? They didn't end it yet? Is there going to be a finale? Because it seems... I'm surprised it ended after like 3 seasons. I don't get what else they can do.
Sometimes I call the noise tracker and ask him, are they still walking? And he tells me, yeah, they are still walking.
They're not. They can't fly yet or dig or something.
No,
they don't got new powers.
No, that's no joke. I ask him, is it still on? Are they still walking?
Would you rather watch The Walking Dead or Resident Evil?
Resident Evil.
I'd say Resident Evil is at least entertaining, even if it's stupid. It's at least kind of funny with how stupid it is.
Hey, I was wondering if, like in The Walking Dead, when it becomes winter, they never show the winter time in Georgia, which is very strange to me. Because we have at least 2 or 3 days of winter. But do the Walking Dead, do the zombies actually get slower? Do they slow down? Like
you can build a fort and you can keep them out with the snow.
Yeah, it's just snowballs during that time, right?
Yes. No, I don't think have they done a zombie movie in the snow yet? Because
ooh, there's the name of the movie: Zombies in the Snow.
Yeah, that's snow. It's called
on Netflix, where Russian zombies started attacking, and they were in Russia.
Well, if Russian zombies were in China, that'd be different.
Communist zombies in China.
Yes.
Share the meat.
See, but that's a good idea, Flipped Out, though, because the red blood on the white snow would look pretty cool.
The zombie movie in the snow is already made. It's called Dead Snow.
Really?
Yes.
That's probably a cheap one, though, I bet.
That was the name. Thank you, Cub. Thank you.
No,
the one that's on Netflix right now?
No, it was the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's not on Netflix anymore, sadly.
I'm surprised they haven't made zombie snowmen either. They have like 5,000 zombie snowmen going around to bite you and you turn into a snowman or something.
It has zombies and Nazis. It's really good.
Who are you supposed to root for?
Zombie Nazis underwater.
In space.
There's another horror movie that I think you like. It's called Frankenstein's Army.
Yeah, it's from the same director, I think.
It's good.
Frankenstein's Army. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Still didn't see it, but it's on my list.
I have. Hey guys, it's amazing. It's almost like a Russian BioShock.
I haven't heard of that one.
You know, any of these movies?
BioShock, it's a game.
Oh yeah. How do you guys think that they can make a good zombie movie these days without being too cliche? Doing something different. How could they make a good modern zombie one? Or if they took it to the past, like, do they ever have an Old West zombie one or something? That'd be interesting. Or medieval
zombies.
What was that?
Zombies. All the Muslims are attacking, and they're zombies.
In the caves, yes.
Justice League zombies might fix the DCU.
Yeah, maybe. I was thinking of like a medieval or old western one or something with the zombies.
Oh, the medieval.
Oh, I got it. Mammoth zombies.
It's the days after the Black Death. The dead have started to rise again.
NPC zombies. They bite you, and you become NPC.
Oh,
they're already zombies.
Skit like that.
This one is also even made. It's called Army of Dead.
Oh, Army of the Dead? Is that a?
It's Evil Dead 3. It's in the medieval. It's in medieval times, and they are.
That was called Army of Darkness.
Yeah, Army of Darkness, Army of Snorheads, I call it in my review. I hate.
Oh yeah, they all turn into skeletons, huh? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was pretty dumb. That was pretty dumb.
Yeah, it's dumb, and it's had an awful ending. I saw it in the cinema back then, and I saw this awful happy ending, not the cool one.
Yeah, there's two endings to that, I think.
I was so disappointed. I went there with a T-shirt. I made a T-shirt months before, just for the movie, and after that, I never wore the T-shirt again.
Huh. In the chat, the noise tracker says, "Does anyone know First of Jesus, one of the best zombie movies ever?"
Yes.
Yeah, it's just 15 minutes, and it's awesome. It's one of the best ones.
Does Jesus like kill a bunch of zombies or something? Like
yes.
What?
He kills a bunch of zombies. It's great.
I was kidding.
What's it called again?
First of Jesus or Jesus? I don't know.
The Fist of Jesus.
Oh, fist. I said first.
Jesus? Oh my god, I gotta see that.
That sounds. I can picture some sunglasses.
Yeah, it's like Brain Dead.
That's awesome. That was the noise tracker suggestion. That's freaking awesome. And Shellback TLC, I think they are making a Zombieland too. I think it's coming out 2020. I think I heard they might be making one, but I don't know.
If you guys want to see,
know. And this time in Zombieland, they just show the producers from DC, from this awful DC movies.
Mirror Jeremy just said the Rookie Critic is literally Hitler. Thanks, Mirror Jeremy. And douche ish. I didn't even say any words.
Ich ein Bären bitte.
Oh, yes, I don't even know how to do a German accent at all. The best I can do is go. I have no idea.
Hey, Rookie,
I also don't know how to do a German accent.
Yeah, you need to work on it, buddy. What were you saying, Flipped Out?
I said just Rookie say "V gets" and you'll be all right.
I feel like that's a trap.
No,
I'll just do the salute right now, but you can't see it.
No.
Rookie, if you want to learn German, you can learn it easily from Die Hard. There's a perfect German speaking guy in Die Hard.
Okay. I struggle with sign language. So I doubt I'll learn a real language.
Hans Gruber is his name.
Mm-hmm. Hey, shut up, Angus. I'm Hitler, and you gotta listen to me. You know?
No, I was going to say I'm gonna dip out early. I gotta go to sleep.
Okay.
Nice talking with Cub and Eruca and Flipp Doubt for the first time.
Yeah, guys.
Nice talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. See ya, Angus. We can still go on if you guys want
Hopefully
to.
Hopefully I'll see y'all Sunday.
All right. Yep. We have Cinema Squad going on Sunday at noon Western and 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. All right. Catch you later.
Catch you later, Angus.
Wait, noon. As in noon p.
Noon p.m. Is there noon evening? Yes, noon p.m.
I'm trying to think. Is it 12 o'clock midnight noon or before the afternoon 12?
It's in the daytime. The daytime.
Okay, then I will probably be there.
Oh, okay, we might even invite you on. It's on Wolf's channel. We'll see what he says. But that was funny. The nighttime noon. That sounds like what my mom would say or something. She's like, "Is it the daytime one or the night one?" That's awesome. All right. If and Shellback says a Rookie Critic is my Führer. Indeed. So I'm going to dictate this by letting you guys pick what we talk about next.
I want to talk about what happened to the cookie critic.
Oh, he's coming back. I just need to get some actual cookies. I had my Subway ones and some pumpkin ones, but I don't know what else kind to try. I don't even know what other flavors there are.
It's the only critic I take serious on the internet or on YouTube.
Okay. I think I still need to try Subway's raspberry cookies and our double chocolate when we get those back, and peanut butter when they get those back. So when we get those back, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I need some more Cookie Critic too.
Or in the next one, I can do the Cookie Critic, but I don't know if there'll be any cookies. But I could try I could try like a potato and make everybody cry because I don't like them.
Yeah, you can maybe get Cookie Monster and do a skit, man.
It's that skits take so much time.
They do. I believe.
Would you like a cookie? Cookie Monster. Would you like a cookie?
Okay, I could do one, and I am kind of big, so that'd be kind of funny. So I might do one of those.
You just make like a half-ass puppet that doesn't even look like him.
Yeah, I can just draw eyes on my sock and be like, "Hey, this is the puppet."
Yeah. Get some of them little googly eyes from Walmart in the craft section that go everywhere.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Call him the shitty Cookie Monster, and he just comes up when the cookie's bad, like, ugh, I'll eat that shitty cookie.
Do you guys remember, that just reminds me of that old Snickers commercial. Do you remember that old Snickers commercial where the dude's wearing a football helmet and he's trying to eat a Snickers, but he can't, so he like eats it through his hand and it like goes down his arm?
I have not seen that. I do not want to see that.
He's like trying to shove it in his mouth and he can't, and then his hand just like eats it and swallows it. It's like, what the
okay. Rookie, we have a request here from the chat, and I don't understand it. From Shellback TJC.
Oh, it says, can Hubs do Hans and Franz from SNL? Oh, did you ever watch Saturday Night Live over there?
I know what it is, but I don't watch TV, but I know what Saturday Night Live is.
Well, I think, who are the guys that did it? Flipp Doubt, you might know.
Dana Carvey.
And that guy who has that voice that I don't remember his name because he isn't in enough, but he's in those skits all the time. I don't know, they do the, Hans and Franz, we lift and we pump you up. You know, that type of, like an Arnold Schwarzenegger attempt accent, and they like work out and, you know, we will bump you up. We will bump you up.
And they got those goofy muscle suits.
But when I do Hans and Franz, it sounds normal because I speak German.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I was just laughing in the chat real quick because the Ancient One just says cookies, but I read that as ancient cookies for a sec. And then Ancient One says it trains the Cookie Monster in the ways of the ninja. And that makes me want to see the Cookie Monster on Sesame Street be a ninja and kick other puppets' asses. That'd be kind of funny. You like this, Elmo? Cookies. Give me the cookies. No, they made a YouTube video with the Cookie Monster beating the crap out of a couple that was eating some Subway cookies or something. They beats the shit out of them and kills them.
Yes.
And also here in Germany, we don't say and, we say und. Hans und Franz.
Okay, und he kills them. Okay.
Hey, Cub, when I was taking Dutch in college, we had to do a skit, just coincidentally. And me and this guy, we had to do a skit using the words we learned. And we chose our names as Schulz und Schlitz.
Schulz und Schlitz, yeah.
Yeah. The slit being, never mind. Schultz like the beer, or Schlitz like the beer, yeah. It was funnier then, damn it.
Yep.
Yeah, Dutch is a little bit like German, but it's not the same.
Okay.
Yep, and you guys will be able to see my sign language skills right now, but I have the camera off, so no. I'm just kidding. I suck at sign language. So
don't be shy. I want to see. I don't want to see that one though. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Now my room isn't the best place for it right now, and the way my camera is, whenever I move, it like looks all glitchy. So I just prefer to have that off. Shellbeck says Schitz Malt Licka or Schiltz Malt Licka. It's spelled funny, or I don't know if that's how you spell it, but yeah,
it's because he drank too much.
Drinking.
I can translate that. It's called Schlitz Malzlikör, and yeah, it's something to drink. But I won't drink it.
Okay. The ancient one has a question real quick though. So he says, another crazy thought. Imagine of what would happen if Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor was a horror film. What would it be like? That is for those who are familiar with the video game. Well, that leaves out Cub because he doesn't watch, he doesn't play any video games.
That would be freaky.
I haven't played the video game either, but I have seen some trailers for it before. The Shadow of Mordor.
I haven't played that.
No, but just thinking of the Lord of the Rings in general as a horror setting, that'd be kind of funny. That'd be kind of cool. I say funny because I laugh at Gollum trying to be scary. I'm gonna kill you. Just
my precious.
My precious. But he bit off his finger.
Hobbits stole it.
Grab it, boil them, stick them in their stew. Yeah, I mean, some people could probably see the Lord of the Rings as scary already, but I don't know. They could put more of an intense thing to it.
There's another question from the chat. I would like to answer that. He's asked if I have seen the M with Peter Lorre, and the answer is I have seen all Fritz Lang movies. It's a Fritz Lang movie, and it's a famous one. And this M one is also taught in schools. You learn in the school in Germany, you learn about this movie, about Fritz Lang's M.
Okay. I have not seen that at all. I don't even think I've seen any German movies, to be honest. I'll have to write some down, though, because they sound interesting, at least.
It's easier for you not to write down the movies, just write down the directors. That's easier, because everything from Fritz Lang or Friedrich Murnau or directors like him, that are classics, must-sees.
Okay.
Speaking of German movies, my favorite German movie is actually Falladae.
Yeah, it's from Falladae is a book here in Germany from an author. He is what do you say? A little bit crazy.
I love the. It's so good. It's like Watership Down, except for cats, and it's amazing.
Yes,
it's like a horror film noir.
It's interesting, but you can't. I wouldn't put it on the same level like Watership Down or Black Dogs. For me, those are really, really good movies based on really good books. And Falladae is okay. It's not really so great, but it's a good movie.
True. It's just I never see a lot of adult cartoon movies with animals, so it's kind of, I have to put it up there.
Yes, but it's like I said before, when you don't have so much to choose from, you evaluate mediocrity to something special, and that's not the right way. It's just because the others is nothing to choose from.
Yeah, true. However, I have read the book as well.
Yeah, but the story is really it's really crazy, or not?
Yeah, it's really crazy, but it's good as well. I'm saying good here because it's not great, but it had me at the edge of my seat. And this is coming from the person who loves Watership Down and loves Plague Dogs and has seen every animal adult movie she can.
Shellback says, did she just say the A word?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Shellback TLC in the chat just said, did she just say the A word?
What's the A word?
Ass, I'm assuming. I don't know.
I don't know.
You haven't been watching very long, because we've said much worse than that.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, I've said the F word at least 10 times. Flipped out. If you've said it at all, I haven't noticed because you talk so casually. So I didn't even notice that you cursed at all.
Well, it might have slipped. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, do you have a horror skit coming up, or like a Halloween skit that you're working on at all, or no?
You know, I really am thinking about skits all the time, and I really could always. I mean, I could always use help. You know, with any ideas. I know you're a skitster like myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you know, I told you about a couple. You know,
Agent One just contacted me on Discord, and he's asking if the Rookie Corner has a Discord.
No, I'm hardly familiar with them other than that being at some type of chat group. So no, I don't have a Discord.
Okay.
No, but you know, I am thinking about making one at some point because everybody, I don't know, people seem to be able to talk that way instead of just through YouTube or through emails or Twitter and stuff. So maybe that's the type of thing I should get, especially if we do live streams a lot. I can just give out the link or something in the Discord to you guys.
Yeah.
That might work out easier for me, actually, so I don't have to keep on copying each link all the time. So I'm gonna think about making one sometime soon. Then. Thanks for the idea. Thanks for the idea, Ancient One. All right, but yeah, with the skit thing. So yeah, like I know what you're talking about, Flipped Out. But for me, like I'm only working on like 3 skits for the end of the year. But they take, for me, because I'm working on like 15 other videos right now, where I've got like 8 recorded and a few scripts I still need to record and other things. Those will take a while. So I didn't think of any. I didn't think of any Halloween ones, but I do have a Subway one. It's National Sandwich Day on November 3rd, this Saturday. And last year I made one, and it was very stupid, but it was kind of funny because my Subway character Jeffro gets powers. He kept on getting picked on by the other Jeffs, and then he got powers and was taking control on National Sandwich Day. And it's kind of one of my earlier skits, and that's pretty hilarious.
that sounds great. Yeah.
He has the force and shit.
Yeah, the force, that's great. I mean, any powers, I mean, you're going to go through the roof because you're going to literally go through the roof, hopefully. I always want to do things that might go viral. You know, I can't really think of anything.
Now, that's the thing. You can't think of what will go viral. You have to make something, and then it will just become viral or it won't.
Yeah. I mean, I've thought about doing some pretty scary stuff, but there are limits. And, you know, if you cross those limits, you'll probably go viral. But if you do, you'll also lose a lot of friends along the way. So you got to be real careful. And I try and make mine real short and sweet.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Mine are way too long. Mine are like always 10 minutes long. So short, less than 5 minutes is usually the good goal to get people's attention. But
there's still so much to laugh about. I mean, you had me rolling.
Thanks.
And I need your help. We have to put one together. Definitely.
Definitely. I think we'll be able to do that sometime. Probably toward, I'm not saying within November, but probably somewhere after that. I'll have more time.
We should get Doomcock on here.
Oh, I wish. That'd be great to get Doomcock. But
Doomcock.
Oh, you mean like a character like him? Like a
No, I mean actual Doomcock.
Yeah.
Well, he might in the future, or at least us on his channel. I have no idea. He said that next year in 2019, he's going to try to bring on other guests and stuff to his channel more often. So I'm hoping I'll be up there at some point. He likes a couple videos I've made. So I don't think we're at the point where he's streaming right now, and he'll probably stream till, for hours. So
yeah, just one person can talk for so long. How does he do that?
He's got it good because he has what he wants to talk about, and then he has the chat and super chats. So he tries to give attention to both, and sometimes he'll get like a message from somebody else, and that'll get him on another topic or something. So he can just talk, and he'll start singing for like a full 5 minutes. So he's got it down.
He's a good man. Well, good Doomcock.
You got a crush on Doomcock? No, it's kidding.
No.
He likes the name.
Yep.
Indeed. Anything, I just want to hug Harvey.
Oh, yes. He needs some hug. I'm surprised that he's not selling Harvey merch.
Yeah, he needs to sell some.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think Cub thinks, too, that that he should have some more people on his channel, right?
Yeah. Doomcock is one of the best YouTubers to date, I think. He made his way in 1 year. 1 year ago, nobody knew anything about Doomcock, and now everybody is talking about him.
But you have to admit that he got a little kick from the Fandom Menace situation. Maybe not the Fandom Menace, but
world class bullshitters, I think, promoted him.
Okay.
He got the biggest kick from the STD situation.
True, which is with Star Trek Discovery.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like STD.
Yeah,
it's not a scandal. It flipped out. You're kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, his videos on Discovery were his first videos. I saw them back then, and that's also the way how I discovered him. They were really good.
Yep, I agree.
I forget how I discovered him. All I know is that he's part of my life now.
I'm pretty sure I remember hearing about him first time in a World Class Bullshitters one, and then at some point they had him on the High Council for a moment, and then I think he skyrocketed from there on.
I think he showed up in my news feed.
Yeah, he's probably in your suggestion.
That's how he got to me.
Yeah, since you guys watched, World Class Bullshitters or Geeks and Gamers or EVS or any of those, there's a lot of sites you can work on. Those will most likely be in your suggestion. I think I don't think channels will skyrocket like they did for them, because there has to be something as bad as The Last Jedi or STD to get a good boost from everybody.
Yeah,
I think
you're right. I've been thinking about that. I don't want anything to go wrong like The Last Jedi went so wrong, but I would like something to happen to where we can all talk like, "Oh my God, can you believe that?"
Yep.
Yeah, except you guys know how to make videos. I'm technologically disadvantaged.
Hey, I told myself to start learning. I mean, that's how I started. So I didn't know at one point either, but then I taught myself. So you can too, but it's a little trial and error. You'll get some hits and misses.
I cheated, Princess. I have a son, and he's 17. So I was like, "How do you do this shit?" And he was like, "Calm down, Dad."
Yep. Well, and YouTube does have good tutorials for at least basic editing, so there's that. But when you start your channel, Eruca, you'll get a good boost from at least this little community. So you'll get somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, Flipped Out. How much subscribers did you get since you were talking to us for a while?
Bro, I started out October 3rd, and I have 55 now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because y'all helping me, and it's been awesome. I appreciate it, dude.
Oh yeah, no problem. You'll get another boost on the 9th for sure. I'm hoping.
I hope so.
I'm hoping. I'm trying to be big myself, at least so I can help boost this community too, because I don't want to skyrocket past everybody here. I want us all to kind of go together because we all have good content.
Yeah, we lift each other up. That's the idea I've been getting in the vibe I've been getting from you guys.
Yep, and Cub has been saying it pretty well too, that like we all have different perspectives, and like listening to Geeks and Gamers and EVS and World Class Bullshitters, like we like them. Yes, we do all like them. They're great, but sometimes it gets very, very repetitive. And when you hear the same arguments over and over and the same thing, you'd at least want a different perspective from time to time, and they don't do that very often.
Yeah, it's the problem with the success. Yeah. When you have an amount of subscribers, over 1,000 or something like that, or 10,000, then you can't really be so revolutionary anymore, because you don't want to pull a Ryan Johnson and mock half of your audience.
Yep. I'm hoping
Never
that one. I'll try. I'll try. I'm feeling that when I get over 1,000 or 10,000 or something, if I do at some point, I'm hoping that I'll still look for the smaller channels, because that's what I've been doing lately. I'm just looking for whatever channels are out there or who's in chats and figuring some people out, seeing who's doing what. And there's lots of talented people. And Eruca, even though you don't have any content yet, you still know quite a bit about the stuff that you like. So you bring a good, addition to conversation.
Yeah, it's still trying to get stuff out there.
Yep.
Well,
you're trying to study up.
You're talking. That's awesome.
That's good.
I have to confess, I'm reading in the chat something about STD, and I have to confess I'm not on the newest level in STD places. Did anybody from you can tell me what's about STD? Season 2 or this short track, bus tracks or whatever?
I haven't watched any Star Trek ever, really, so I have no idea.
Yeah,
Every
then
time you say
the
STD.
cookie critic. Did he watch it? Maybe.
What was that? The Cookie Critic?
Yeah, maybe
he's all about cookies.
So okay.
If there's a cookie in an episode, he'll probably watch it.
Would he review the cookie in the episode or what?
What? No, the Cookie Critic was just what I called it because I thought it'd be kind of funny because I'm the rookie critic and I was eating cookies, so I called it the Cookie Critic for the video. And I made a second, and I made a second one just because I passed by some pumpkin cookies while I was grocery shopping, and I was like, this might be kind of funny. So,
yeah, it would be great if you really review some cookies in movies.
If I'd use them in my videos, or
no, if they are using cookies in a movie, then the cookie critic has to review it. Has to say,
okay, okay, so.
Like when Brad Pitt's eating while he does something, and you could say, "Oh, he just tried this cookie." Let's,
I think there's a cookie in Bruce Almighty. Yep. Probably if there's some fat actor, I mean, maybe in one of those. So Kevin James or something.
Yeah, and then you have to make an in-depth review or retrospective on this cookie.
Oh, that'd be a funny one.
Well, you make a 6-hour video or 5-hour video like this Mola guy on this cookie.
Oh no, I could do maybe an hour tops. That'd be too long.
And then you say, oh, this is the short one, the hour one is the short one, but the 10-hour one is coming.
Okay. I'm actually going to write that down though, because I think that I could make something funny out of it just thinking right now. Just from a few of the movies, like as the cookie, I could give it a personality and be all angry. These fuckers are trying to eat me. What the fuck? I'm just a nice cookie over here trying to do something. Got chocolate chips and then something. I don't know. Into something.
Yeah,
do
you
voice
can work
for
that
it.
in. You got to.
Yeah, the voice says Cookie Wars.
Cookie Wars, yes. Good idea. Good idea. The Ancient One says, Arnold Schwarzenegger, put the cookie down now. Some dude, settle down, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's just okay. Never mind. He's not settling down. Is that an okay Arnold impersonation or no?
That's pretty good.
All you have to do is say, get to the chopper, or I'll be back. You have to do that a few times to get into the Arnold mood.
The cookie says, get to the chocolate.
Get to the chocolate. Get to the center of the Tootsie Pop. Yes. Okay, this is coming together, man. This will be something at some point.
Yeah.
Not the raisins, no, not the raisins.
Yeah, it's coming together.
Yeah, I tell you, in 10 years,
No, the wrong cookie. No.
I tell them, oh, I knew the cookie critic from back then when he was just a small YouTuber.
Yes, exactly. Back when he was making stuff about cookies. That look how far he has come.
And now he makes millions and knows us not anymore.
Yeah.
But back then he was just a small YouTuber.
I'm getting an idea now. The cookies like, that was my wife, and it's a vendetta for the next cookie to try to avenge the wife, but it can't move, so it's kind of screwed. I'm gonna get him. I totally grabbed that knife. Oh fuck! I can't get that one. Okay. Oh shit! I'm getting really hard. I'm getting pretty hard right now. Oh. Somebody left me out, and I'm getting hard right now. So, stale, but you know.
Oh no, I got baked with their sauce.
I'm the stale cookie.
Can you bake me in the microwave again, please, so I can get all mushy and chill? Yeah, I can do something with it. It sounded stupid at first, but some comedy's coming to mind now.
Oh, it's there. It's there. You can get Keebler to sponsor you.
You have put a little bit Shakespeare in it. Cookie or no cookie? That's the question.
Yes.
To eat or not to eat? That is the question. That is hard.
If I was
out damn chocolate. Out.
That's the original cooklet speak.
Yes.
Double, double, toil and trouble. When will this caramel bubble?
If I could do the effects well enough, I'd have a cookie be rolling and then roll up and then slice somebody's throat, like Cookie Ninja or something. It learns some skills.
Yeah.
And it throws chocolate chips at somebody and kills them like bullets.
Rookie, you can't make this. It's made already. It's called Dark Angel with Dolph Lundgren.
It's called Dark Angel?
Yes, the bad guy is throwing the cookies at the people. No, discs, but they look like cookies.
What? You're talking about the Jessica Alba TV show or something else?
I'm gonna eat a cookie now.
No, it's called Dark Angel in Germany, but I think the original title is it's a movie with Dolph Lundgren, a science fiction movie.
Okay, well, let's change the topic from cookies because we're always making Eruca hungry. So let's not make her too hungry now.
And hungry. I just want to cook.
And it's Halloween, and there's the Halloween and chocolate and everything. So, did you guys ever see that gingerbread man killer thing with
yes,
with
the
Boosie?
gingerbread man?
Yes, all three parts. They are awful.
Yes, very bad.
That movie was so awful, but it's so good.
Yes. Gary Busey as a gingerbread man. Who would have thought?
Gary Busey is the best part.
Oh, it's so I can't describe it. It's just one of those movies that it's just
You have to see it to get the humor. Yes.
yes.
I think it's called Ginger Dead Man or Gingerbread Man.
It's probably Dead Man. That sounds too lazy. Sounds perfect.
A ginger dead man. Yeah.
Yep. Horror film that involves cookies. Imagine if that became a smash hit film. I'm gonna make that a smash hit film, bro. I'm gonna take that to a film festival or something, and I'll make some bank, get discovered, boom, and then the cookie will somehow be my rise to fame.
Yes,
I'll make it a franchise. I'll make it a franchise with donuts coming next.
Yes, and you are the only cookie critic, so you are the only one who can review it.
I'll copyright. I'll get royalties, and people say cookie.
Yes, if anybody wants to review it, you can say to him, "You are no cookie critic."
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Okay, so
there's only one cookie critic, and then comes the dark cookie critic, the other side. It's the chocolate side.
That's
because every cookie has two sides.
Mm-hmm. What are you gonna say? Flipped out?
Well, I'm sorry. I was thinking about one side of a cookie being dark. The dark side.
Oh, we got some cookies in the chat.
We have cookies in the chat. Thanks for that, Shellbeck. I'll eat those cookies if I could, but no. Yep.
You must really love those cookies.
Oh, that's what's funny. I don't they didn't taste bad. They didn't taste bad, but they're just like, okay, but I'm not going, I really want them again. I'm just like, no, they're okay.
You gotta have that Limp Bizkit song. I did it all for the cookie.
Is that what he says in one of his songs?
No, he says nookie, but you know.
Okay, that makes more sense. Oh yeah. So I was gonna ask you, Flipped Out though. You've had to suffer through the Star Wars Resistance show. How's that going?
Yeah, well, you've probably seen my reviews. I know because you've commented on them, and thank you. But
that wasn't me. Just kidding.
But no, they're tough to watch. They really are. The music is just way too happy all the time. And you said something about his noodle arms. How
when he was running, his arms are flailing around.
Yeah, until you said that, I didn't see it, and now that I have, I can't unsee it.
Eruca, have you watched The Resistance yet? You went robotic for a sec. What was that?
I don't have cable.
Oh, you're lucky then. Okay, you're safe. And Cub, what about you?
I'm watching that Star Wars girl and Flipp.
Yeah.
Reviews.
Yeah, I like how both of you guys review them differently. Also, Star Wars Girl kind of summarizes the whole thing, and you give the visual and a summary in your own way.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, yeah, I just watched both. And then I'm like, I am so glad I'm not watching this.
Same here. That's actually why I like YouTube reviewers. That's how I caught onto it, because I was looking some things up that I didn't want to watch and just watched reviews of them, and I was like, this is pretty good. The commentary and the content that they're saying is saving me from watching an hour's worth of crap or 2 hours worth of crap, and I can just listen to 10 minutes worth of a funny review. So
Yeah.
I've been secretly hoping it was good, but it's just not.
Well, me too. With me, sometimes it looks like the animation is good, but then when you look at it for too long and it just really starts to wear on you, and it's like, God, can this be a different thing, please? And I don't know. It just, I was hoping that they would try to do a more, how they did the old Clone Wars one before the Bulgy one, the regular 2D, or if they tried to make it anime-like, like with an anime style, that would have been pretty cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I own those. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like them to be anime-ish, with even if they had regular, they could still have our voice actors, but have it be of the anime style. That'd be interesting to see Star Wars like that.
It sure.
Oh no, they're going to get us. He has to get the power cell. And I need the strength. Summon your energy. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, they had it right in 2003. Of course, the new Clone Wars, as I would call it, I thought that was awesome too. I own all those.
Same here. I liked it, but sometimes the style again kind of got to me after a while. The cartoon one didn't, I could look at it for a while and go, this is fine, but the other style sometimes still gets a little, it looks weird, but it doesn't look weird,
Absolutely. I don't understand why they just don't listen. I mean, we the fans literally tell them exactly what we want. I mean, just change it a little, but not so drastically that it's unrecognizable.
Yeah. I know. Cub, what are you going to say?
I could resist to watch Resistance because the trailer was awful, and I hate the characters. These new ones from this JJ Jar Jar thing, and but I'm fucked because I have to watch it. I want to make another Star Wars video, my third one. So it's about the years since 2010, from 2010 to 2020. So next year I have to watch it, and I need a new beer.
You should do one on the older Clone Wars ones, I think.
Did you
the cartoon show and the 3D?
Yeah, I made one. I speak about the old one in my old Star Wars videos.
Yep, Shellbeck TLC says Resistance is supposed to be anime style, but I don't really see it, honestly. And Mr. Pete's in the chat, the Mr. Pete channel.
Ruby, and it's being bad, just like Ruby.
Just like who?
Ruby, WRBY. It's a show that's similar to Star Wars Resistance, except the story is completely different, and it's using the Star Wars Resistance thing, animation.
I gotcha.
But it was made before Star Wars Resistance, and both shows are bad.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, Mr. Pete says, Resistance is way more childish than Forces of Destiny. I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's horrible too. Yeah, that's horrible.
I'm going to write that down because that sounds funny if he's suggesting that Forces of Destiny.
Yeah, you should check that out, my friend.
All right.
At least Forces of Destiny has the Force in it. I like the Force. I like Sith and I sometimes like the Jedi, but those evil Sith are just freaking awesome. I don't know how they're going to make a Star Wars show like they have and not have that in it. I'd like to hear in the chat somebody talk about the Force and such like that.
I gotcha. That's a good topic for them to start going on for sure. Shellbeck says that he's looking forward to the Mandalorian. What do you guys think about that? I think he's in the bathroom. All right. So the Eruca, what do you think of the Mandalorian? Are you hopeful or are you doubtful?
I don't have cable, so I'm not really hopeful.
That one's going to be on their streaming service.
I'm probably not going to see it.
Okay. That's good.
I love Melodronians from I can never pronounce that.
Mandalorian.
they were like Celtic warriors in legends. The legend stories, they were like Celtic knights and warriors.
Yeah, they're kind of like that. They are,
So,
yeah.
So I love that idea. And that's what made me interested in Boba Fett and Jango more than anything was their armor design and from what I've read of Legends, you just have to put Celtic Nordic warriors plus fantasy, and I'm in.
Okay, so that show might hook you though. I'll probably be getting the streaming service just to see what they'll have, and I'll let people know if some of their shows are worth watching. But I kind of have my doubts that they'll do it well enough. But I don't know. I can't really see I can't see Mandalorians being good main characters. You know, I could see them. I could see them being a third party or a common reoccurrence. But like in the Clone Wars show, I can't see following, you know, all the bounty hunters that are Mandalorians, or like I can't see that being a full TV show. I could see that, you know, being involved a little bit here and there from time to time, interacting with main characters, but not a full show. I was kind of hoping they do the Last of the Jedi type thing, where Obi-Wan finds an old Padawan and kind of sets him off on a journey to, you know, help start up the rebellion in a way. And there's other things he runs into and other people, which are a huge challenge for him. And that would be an idea, and it'd have the Force in it, and he'd be learning a little still. And I don't know, it'd be something kind of like what Flipp Doubt was saying.
I just thought it was funny.
Garcia in the chat says a thing I just can agree. He says the new Star Wars sucks so much, they make the prequels look good. And he's totally right. It's this thing I said in the beginning. It's this mediocrity that we are just happy when something doesn't suck.
Yeah, I agree again. Ancient One says, imagine if Beavis and Butthead were reviewing the Star Wars film. What would you think they would say? This is stupid. This is really stupid. This is dumb. Let's go watch something else and get high. That's what I would think.
A Star Wars film or The Last Jedi?
Well, it says a Star Wars, or the new Star Wars film or something.
Oh, so he means real Star Wars, not this Jar Jar Wars.
Oh, the real Star Wars. Yeah, I don't know then. Jar Jar is pretty cool, huh? I don't know.
No, this new Star Wars is for me no Star Wars. It has nothing to do with Star Wars.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, when he asked you, Cub, when he asked you about Star Wars, you flushed.
Yeah,
that says it all.
We heard your toilet. We heard your bathroom or something.
It says it all.
Yeah, that's the beer and the Jägermeister.
It was just funny timing because I was like, "Hey, so what do you think?" And we hear the flushing. Oh, never mind.
Hey, speaking of which, I'm gonna go get some good old Georgia tea. I'll be right back.
All right, cool. Alrighty, Mr. Pete is saying the Trans DeLorean. Yep. And then she'll don't be a Disney show. Oh, he's talking about Shellback. Yep. So with Star Wars though, so Eruca, what do you think they could do to make Star Wars good again? I asked her because she hasn't watched the new ones yet.
Okay.
I have seen The Force Awakens, but that is all I have seen.
Yeah. And what would you like to see?
Start over. Clean slate.
I agree.
And try and bring back Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
As in turn her into a zombie or something, so we can actually have Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Carrie Fisher all in one place together.
Yeah, they really could have at least done that, even for one scene in Force Awakens. They should have at least had one scene where they're all together just for a moment, before the third act or something. And then even if they have Han die or Leia die, that would have been fine because we would have had them all together for one last round.
Yeah, and then they ruined that. They, for me, for the new Star Wars, just erase the chalkboard. Just erase it, and then start over.
Well, what I thought too was instead of them even doing a sequel series to the original, I kind of thought it'd be interesting if they just started with a different story And, you know, you could still have what happened, you know, with the Empire and all that still be in the story and maybe see some of the characters, but it wouldn't be about them because their story's already done, and just have new characters that we can already have. And this way you don't disrespect the old one by still trying to claim that they're the new ones. And it's like, no, we don't need to do that. Like maybe our hero or whoever we're following, you know, does run into Luke at some point, and, you know, maybe they have some training or not, or just some conversation, just some words of wisdom. And you don't really need to see him do everything, but maybe he gets attacked and he just helps him out of the jam real quick. And then he goes back to whatever he's doing. He doesn't need to be the main focus. The less they show the old characters, the less they can ruin them, is how I see it.
Yeah.
The problem with the new Star Wars is the same problem with this new Star Trek. It's a fraud. They want to tell us this is Star Trek or Star Wars, and put some characters in it, or some half-sisters or whatever, just to trick us. They really don't care for this franchise. They don't show any respect for them.
I have to agree with you, Cub.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed. As Flipped Out, I think you missed my question. What would you do to either make the current Star Wars films better, or how would you have done it? Like if you were with Disney and you had the, you know, the rights back, how would you start making new Star Wars films?
God, well, right away I'd take the First Order out of it, and I'd put in a guy a Sith, first of all, that's searching, and he's the first person you meet, and you follow his story, and it's the reverse of Luke Skywalker. That's the way I would see it. And ultimately, he loses in the third movie, but you were on that journey with him, and still the light side wins, you know. And maybe bring Luke Skywalker into the second movie, and I don't know. I want more mysticism, you know.
Yeah, I think that they could have had a lot more elements that they could have introduced, but to keep expanding the lore, but they don't seem to like to do that anymore. They do like to keep it to what it was, but they don't know how to add to it very well.
You said it, brother. They don't know what they're doing. I think Cub said they just don't care about it.
It's a problem. I mean, they are scam artists. This Jar Jar guy is nothing but a scam artist. He likes to cheat on people with his stories. He just has his mystery boxes. He don't care at all about these franchises. He just wants to be the new Spielberg or something like that, but he isn't.
Yeah, it's like they took the franchise from an artist and sold it to an attorney.
Yeah, that's all. And this 25% difference is a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah, that would be considered a failure to most businesses.
And not a funny one. Not a funny one at all.
No one's laughing. Are you laughing, Eruca? No.
But yeah, that's what I would do with it. What would you do, Rookie?
Well, for me, like I said before, I mean, you could either start it out following new characters, kind of like how they did. You could even have it be 30 years out, and then you could have, you know, you could still have the main characters be able to interact with the new ones, but the story wouldn't be about our old characters because their story is done, you know, so we'd only see them from time to time, and they could do pretty much whatever they want with the new ones, and they don't need to have stormtroopers ever again. Or if they were, I would say that those would be like, you know, somebody found the armor and put it on, even aliens, maybe. I mean, those could be their own little groups. You know, I just feel like it's an infinite well.
In this new Star Wars, there's hardly any.
I know that's what's disappointing too. It doesn't even feel like it because the only aliens were at the casino, and nobody likes that scene anyway. And it looked like it was a bad cosplay, you know, casino on Earth. It didn't even look like it was in space. So yeah, I mean, I'm working on a re-edit of The Force Awakens, and I'm working on so many projects that it's taking forever to get like that one and my old comic pitch done. So those will probably be in months away. But I mean, so far I have it start off mostly the main difference being what happens between the 30 years. Like after the Death Star is destroyed, I have the battle with the Empire still go on for like 10 years until it's like completely done. And that way, you know, if there's a First Order type of thing that comes out, I'm just keeping the name because that's what I can't think of another name at the moment of what else it could be. But I mean, have them, if they rise up, have them try to do things differently than the Empire. Like, have them try to help and aid other planets instead of try to, you know, overrun them and try to control the galaxy. And then this way you'll get the people of the galaxy to start to like them and change the image of the Empire in a way. And then they can be a rival with the Republic, but they won't be at war yet. And they're battling for territory in a way, but without fighting yet. And a new threat can kind of come along and, you know, tip what's going on, where there could be more independent systems that are, you know, trying to screw with them. I feel like if like bounty hunters or gangsters, if they got a hold of the old Federation droids, that they'd use them to, you know, screw with people and steal resources. I mean, I don't know. There's so much you can put the world in.
That all sounds really cool.
When you keep the First Order, please tell us what is the order of the First Order. They call themselves the First Order.
It's fries.
There has to be an order.
It's fries. The order of French fries.
Fries with that First Order?
Yes, that's what the order of fries.
What does that mean? Do they have a second order and a third order, or what?
I don't know. So far, I would only keep it just because it's what the Force Awakens introduced. But as far as General Hux would go, I wouldn't have Snoke even in the film until the very end. I would have Hux be the one who started the First Order, trying to like maybe his parents were in the Imperials and he wants to create a new name with the First Order and, you know, help build it up. And, you know, this way, if you still want Kylo to turn evil, he doesn't go evil really yet. He just joins that side because he thinks they're better than the Republic as far as helping people out. And you can have him on that end and, you know, still have things happen. I'm still forming the ideas, but I mean, that's what I'm thinking so far. And Phasma should have been maybe, you know, more involved in the story too, along with Finn. You know, those two should be kind of close, I would think, but I don't know. And Rey should be, the way they showed her before she spoke in the movie, like she was just a complete innocent scavenger. I liked that aspect, but have her having never been in space, never touched water, like never like swam in it or nothing. She's a completely innocent person. She knows how to defend herself. That's as far as her actual skills go, but she can fix things because she salvages ship parts and, you know, helps build them, but she hasn't flown yet. And, you know, this way, when she is discovering new things, it's all new to her. Like even the coldness of space, just all these other situations. And by the time we get to the third film, she will have progressed and grown from there. And that's somewhere that they could have gone, but they wanted to make her badass right off the bat. But that's just thoughts in my head, not even all written down. So
much more rich than what we got.
Are you keeping Rey a robot, and in the third movie she discovers emotions, or what are you going to do?
No, she's just like, picture her being like, she's an adult, but she's got the innocent personality. Like she doesn't know about all these things going on. She doesn't know there's a huge war.
Rey is a robot. Rey is a robot.
The Rey robot.
She was created by Luke Palpatine, and then her memories got erased, and she's actually been living on Jakku for years.
You have to think. In the two robots were the main characters. This and this other robot. And in the new Star Wars, it would make sense if Rey is also a robot. So we have two robots, like in the first movie. We have Rey and we have this beach ball robot.
Yes, the beach ball robot.
Yes, and we had Rey as the stiff one, like C3PO, R2D2, and the beach ball as the funny one, like R2D2, like no, R2D2, and like the other one.
And 3PO.
Yeah, 3PO. No, 3PO is the stiff one. That is Rey.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty funny, man.
Yes, and it would make sense. When you see it like that, you see, now I understand. She's a robot. That's why she can do everything and has no emotions and so on.
Yeah, it's like these movies we're waiting for the real hero to stand up.
Yes, so we still haven't found one yet.
Slim Shady, please stand up.
Yes, can we have a nice, good character? Please stand up. Can we have a likable character, please? Anyone?
This might sound strange. This is a little thought I've had ever since before The Force Awakens came out. But I always thought, wouldn't it be cool if they had this one lightsaber that is not called the Excalibur, but like that? They're searching for this one
like
lightsaber.
an ancient, powerful lightsaber or something. Yeah, I like that. I kind of thought with Snoke that if he was going to be a giant, that he'd have like a giant lightsaber also, and that'd be an interesting type of villain to fight.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
I agree. I'm going to address the chat real quick. We got Ancient One here says, yeah, we would have to make sure the necromancer in question didn't have a history of failing a buttload of Ravenloft power checks. I don't know what he's referring to as Ravenloft. But then Shellback says that they might have been able to justify Canto Bite if Lando would have been there. That's a good point.
Yeah.
If they had Lando be it, that would have been interesting.
Don't make Lando lamer.
I know he's so old.
Please not lamer with Canto Bite or something like that.
If they ask him, hey, do you want to be in another Star Wars film? He'd probably be like, a what? Because he's too old. He doesn't remember. Obi-Wan says it should have had a non-Sith threat, or threat to both sides of the Force. A non-Sith threat to both sides of the Force.
I like that.
That'd be good too.
That'd be cool.
Not Slowpoke. I was going to say Slowpoke, but not Slowpoke. Says the Disney deal was a mistake. I mean, I kind of agree, but in a way I don't either, because I mean, at least they have the money to back it. But I don't know other studio. But then again, I'm starting to think that a smaller budget company would make a better story, at least, even if the visuals weren't great. It'd at least be something. People on YouTube almost make better movies sometimes. The Sith Apprentice one was great. Did you guys ever see that fan film?
Coming up with something better like Rogue One is no problem. I can write you a script when I go to the bathroom next time. And it's better than Rogue One and this other shit, this solo shit or these those are not movies.
Nope. So you think you can just shit on a script and make it good? That's what Rian Johnson already did. You can't take his technique.
Yeah, my script would be good compared to Rian Johnson's.
Mr. Pete says they use Hong Vong in Star Trek, or belong in Star Trek. You guys know what the Use Hong Vong are? Those were some non-Force something creatures in one of the EU books.
I like the premise, but they do fit Star Trek better. But a Force, like you were talking about a moment ago, that was a threat to both sides, that would be great. But I'm not sure the Yuzong Vong would be a good one.
I think those would be good maybe way later on, once they've tapped out some other ideas maybe. It'd be something, oh, this is unique, but not yet. That'd be too soon. I think it wouldn't grab. I don't think it would grab casual audiences.
I like the idea.
Mickey Spock has the Force too. So what?
He's saying that she's so overpowered or whatever that she's already got it too. I'm surprised that she and Rey aren't dating. They have so much in common.
They are
Mary Sue's.
They are quarter sisters. She and Rey.
Oh yes, probably.
You know that Spock has such a big family. His father was banging every girl he's seen.
In the next movie franchise that has a Mary Sue, then that's going to be the mom or something.
The whole universe is related with Spock.
Yeah, Drawing for the Fun of It says, good night, everyone, to take care. So goodbye, Drawing for the Fun of It. Thanks for sticking around. And the Ancient One says, that somewhat reminds me of Jonathan Harker in the video gaming versions of Bram Stoker's Dracula 1992 film being described as an utter badass.
Yeah, like Keanu Reeves in that.
Yeah, but it's the best adaptation to date. This 1992 one from Francis Ford Coppola.
Yep. Shellback says, well, according to the people that brought us the Solo movie, if Rey was a robot, Lando would have wanted to have sex with her. That's a good point. That's a good point, Shellback. Didn't think about that one. Obi-Wan says, or even something that like the Yuzong Vong has to battle with in their own galaxy, a huge artificial intelligence, interplanetary civilization. God, big words. The battle between the Jedi and the Sith will get old. Oh, he's saying like an artificial intelligence versus the Yuzong Vong. That sound good, you guys?
I like the AI versus like Jedi and Sith. That would be cool. I've never seen the Star Wars galaxy grow technologically speaking. That would be something I'd like to see.
Speaking of technological for a sec, how do you guys feel about the shitty holograms they always have in futuristic movies? Why would that be more logical than a screen that shows you what's all on the screen, and then they have the shitty hologram with like one view of one person?
And it's always glitchy.
Yeah, it's always glitchy. It's always out of focus. The audio sucks. The visual sucks. I mean, how is that the future?
Yeah, we can go light speed, but we can't seem to get this fucking hologram.
Exactly. All right. Eruca, what do you think about... I don't really know what I mean asking her here. Something about Star Wars. I don't know. I had a question. I was going to say... what was I going to say? Have you read any of the Star Wars books?
Yes.
Which ones?
The Legends.
Okay.
I remember reading one about Jake and Solo.
Or the Jason... I think it's Jason Solo. It's pronounced Jason,
yeah,
I think.
I remember reading on that during elementary or high school. It was around elementary, I think.
Was it called Jedi Sunshine?
No.
Or Jedi Shadow or something? I have 2 book series that are like that. I think they're separate from the Legends, but
no,
those ones were kind of funny.
It was when Jason becomes a Sith. Yeah, it was one of his slow progression books on how he became a Sith, and then the other one I read was about Mara Jade and Luke. But I haven't read Legends in so long, and the only reason why I read them was because they were the only interesting books at the library at the time.
Right.
So it was kind of, I do not remember.
All right. Well, bringing that up, I have a question for you guys now. So, you know how Marvel in the MCU has been pretty much taking comic book properties and ideas and adapting them into the real life, but then they, kind of make their own twist to it. How come Star Wars isn't doing that? Because it's very successful for the MCU how they're doing it, and they pretty much work under the same umbrella of Disney. So why can't Lucasfilm even take some of those older stories and make something good? They don't have to copy it, but they can still adapt them and make them good. People would pay for that, and they could do that yearly, every year if they wanted. We'd watch it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
If it was good, of course, too.
But if you want to make something with a property, you first have to understand it. And even George Lucas himself didn't understand his own Star Wars. He showed it with the prequels. So how the hell...
Didn't Gary Kurtz know more about Star Wars than George Lucas?
Who does?
Gary Kurtz. He was...
Oh, right, Kurtz, yeah.
Wasn't he the technically better creator of Star Wars?
I think he was more involved. Go ahead, Flipp.
I said he had a lot to do with The Empire Strikes Back. I mean, he was helping direct it, right?
Yeah.
No, the director was Irvin Kershner, but Gary Kurtz was one of the producers.
That's right.
Okay. Mr. Pete says Finn was likable, then RJ wrote for him. Ryan Johnson, yeah. I mean, kind of, yeah.
I'm sorry, what did he say?
He said Finn was likable, then RJ wrote for him.
I mean, at first he was, yeah.
I mean, I say he had the most potential of all, but the way it all started was too quick, honestly, and his transition was kind of stupid because he was a janitor, and then he's fighting, and then he's all crying about the war. I don't know. Came off kind of dumb, and then he's like, I don't like the violence, and then when he's trying to escape, he's shooting everybody and killing them. I'm like, well, what?
Yeah, his own people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one from the male characters had a real chance, because every man had to step down for the female ones to shine, and
they couldn't even shine then.
Yeah, and then even they can't shine. It's really, they didn't have a chance from the beginning.
Pretty much.
But I love your idea about the comic books. I was just thinking about that the other day because, I was thinking about topics that we could talk about in November.
Yeah.
And that one crossed my mind, and then I lost it. Until you brought it up, I hadn't thought about it again. But why couldn't they take even some of the old Star Wars comics and use those in the same way you're talking about, like make movies out of them?
I don't know. I mean, it seems like they have the platform that Marvel has set perfectly. I mean, they're not copying anything directly, but they're taking a lot of ideas and inspiration from them and making their own. And people like them for the most part, even if a few are divisive. They're making 3 a year now and keeps on making money. So Star Wars is making what they made 4 so far, and like 2 of them have made money. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, and I liked Rogue One. I think that if it hadn't had the Vader scene in it, it would have made less. But whether you liked it or not, that did bring in the audience. And is it just me, or did anybody else think that Chirrut Imwe was going to become the Jedi? I mean, yeah.
What?
I mean, how, he had, what's her name? Jen Erso had the Kyber crystal. And even how it should have ended did this, where he actually got her Kyber crystal and oh, I'm now a Jedi. I thought that was going to happen. I wish it had, kind of.
Right. All right. Does anybody have anything else to say? I think we're going to wind down here. We've been doing this for like 2.5 hours now, and I feel like it's talking about Star Wars that long kind of drained my brain a little.
Yeah.
Kind of drained the spirit because of where we're at right now with it. So,
fair enough.
Any last things you guys want to say to the chat, or promote any videos or recommendations about anything? Start with Cub.
Yeah, like I said, I'm working at these Argento videos, and I have pulled out 2 from the 3. The third one is coming when I see this new Suspiria that's now in the cinemas.
Okay. We'll check that one. Say that again, Suspiria.
Suspiria, yeah, it's a classic. When somebody has something to do with horror movies or something like that, he knows Suspiria.
Okay. And Flipp, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to say, make sure you subscribe to everybody here. If you haven't by now, that is insane. The Cinema Squad is where it's out. And they are the balls.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. And everybody in the chat, check each other out too. That's in the chat. Even Mirror Jeremy, as much of a upfront attitude he's got, I still love him. So check him out too. And Obi-Wan Reviews, he's got a good channel going. And Shellback, I haven't checked a couple of you guys out either, so I'll be checking you guys out after the stream. So, and Not Slowpoke, Mr. Pete, everybody. Mr. Pete is trying to get to 1,000 subs really hard, so give him some subs, big time. And then Eruca, anything else you want to say?
Nope.
Nope. I like how simple you are. You're just like, nope, yep, nope, yep.
Hey, I do want to say that it was good to hang with all you guys. Princess Ursa and Cub and Rookie.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm glad that the connection actually worked. I'm glad the connection fixed for Eruca, because that was a little strange at the first. Were you talking a lot of that time? Because we'd only hear you just briefly sometimes.
Yeah, I was actually trying to chime in at some points.
Then we'd see you sing for a second, da, 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 and then you go, okay, and do you hear me now? We hear that. But then you, okay, start talking, and then nothing. It was just like a good back and forth of trying to figure that out.
But it worked with us
Can
talking.
you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Throw away the phone.
That was awesome. So we'll definitely meet back again at some point. I don't know when all my next streams are, but I'm trying to spread them out throughout November so they're not so close this time, because this is 7 episodes within like 2 weeks. So it's pretty good. And I do like meeting everybody, though, too. And I'm hoping that people discover you guys as well, and people in the chat. So that is awesome. The Ancient One, I'll be trying to set up a Discord soon. So it'll be one of the first that I add if I do. So thanks for that suggestion, by the way.
And don't forget to subscribe to Black Angus Reviews as well. I forgot to mention.
Yeah, Black Angus was here for a while too, and Jeff the Iron Wolf would definitely chime in when he can, but he's always working and lurking or doing something with his wife, so not always able to. So since the goodbyes always take forever, I will just end it.